When we're here, we need Jesus because we're with the people who love him and believe in him. And because he gave us his word. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, he'd be there in their midst. And that's what this is all about.
A 3-day event in New York City showcases speakers, exhibits, art, and more. An opportunity for people to gather, learn about Jesus, and to test everything and retain what is good, in the words of St. Paul. Fiona Hawley is a communications coordinator and moderator at this year's New York Encounter. She joins us now to share more on this annual event. Fiona, thanks for being with us. New York Encounter kicks off on Friday. Tell us about what's happening right now, the energy there.
So I was able to step into the event center just a few hours ago, and it's a bustle of activity, getting everything ready, setting up exhibits, and just lots of energy from the volunteers who are getting everything ready.
You're also a librarian in Wichita, Kansas. At New York Encounter, you're moderating an event that showcases the life of Father Emil Capon. We reported here on EWTN News In Depth when his remains were returned to the Diocese of Wichita. Tell us about your presentation.
Yeah, so we were able to invite a journalist from Wichita Eagle, Roy Wenzel, who covered that story and also wrote a book about Father Capon's life and what he meant to the survivors of the prisoner of war camp that he served with. And we also have Father Matthew Polakowski, who is a military chaplain for West Point. And he also is a big promoter of Father Capon's cause for canonization and his story. And so both of them will be present. And then we also have a recording of one of Father Capon's dear friends in that prisoner of war camp, Colonel Mike Dow. We were able to go to Houston or have somebody go to Houston and do a recording for us with some questions that he was able to respond to just for the New York Encounter.
That really is truly an encounter of both courageous stories, but also the day-to-day life of Catholics. But it's not just Catholics who attend this event. How are other faiths welcome to this space?
Yeah, in various different years, there have been presentations on religious liberty and other talks that invite conversation with other faiths. And it's always a really unique experience to bring people together of various backgrounds, both in our presenters and speakers, but also the people who attend as well.
They say iron sharpens iron, so people who hold their faith really dear will give other people the example of that. Has this been a great opportunity for evangelization as well? Are there particular audiences or demographics that you hope to attract this year?
Well, it's always an adventure finding who discovers us and is interested in what we are talking about. There are always stories of people who come in off the street who were just interested in seeing what we have to show them and to encounter people with, and from Communion Liberation, which helps prepare this event, to show a life in the church that is vibrant and interesting, that has something to offer everyone.
And how has it grown over the years? Are there similar events in other parts of the country that you're competing with, or is this just a one-off that just happens year over year?
Yeah, so it's grown. I've gone for almost 10 years now. I've been involved, and it always seems so amazing how many people are there. And it feels like every year there are more and more people who are learning about it and hearing about it. People from all over the New York City area, but also from over the country who people have attended and told people about it. So there are always new people who are learning about the encounter, and we are always so excited to share that with them.
Last question really quick. Who am I? The theme for this year, the idea of identity. Is there something post-COVID you're trying to lean into to bring people together?
Yeah, I think there is the sense of after COVID, there was, there's been a lot of talk about isolation and coming out of that period and a period of polarization. So to encourage people to find that place where they encounter someone who can help them walk in their lives in a way that helps them to belong to something bigger than themselves, and to really have that journey.
That's beautiful. Well, we look forward to hearing more about what happens over the weekend and wish you well in this project.
Thank you.
New York Encounter is free and open to everyone. You can find out more about the 3-day event at newyorkencounter.org.